All right, what's up, Math 8? Happy remote day. So we are going to do 2.6. All right. This is the first section in your inequalities packet. So the packet that you got when you picked up your textbook, this is that packet. All right. It's the very beginning. For you, it's called 3.1. Okay. But we are calling it 2.6. All right. So if you're a little confused, look for 3.1 in your packet. Okay. And that's where this is going to be. All right. So we'll just go ahead. Whoops. Sorry about that. We'll just go ahead and get started. Okay, this is not working for me. There we go. All right, so 2.6 is all about inequalities. Really, this whole section or this whole chapter is the rest of it. So we're just going to dive right into the vocabulary real quick. So we have inequality here. That is the main thing for today. If you were wondering how to pronounce that, they've got it right there for you. All right, so there it is. Lucky you. Okay. The definition, all right. So an inequality is a mathematical sentence that uses an inequality symbol to compare the values of two expressions. All right. I'm not going to make you memorize that definition. Basically, when we say inequality, we're talking about greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. All right. These are your inequality symbols. Okay. All right. So there's a few examples that they've got here. All right. One is 3 is greater than 2. Okay. Another one that they have is 5 plus 7 is less than 21. All right. If we were to solve this out, we would combine like terms of 5 and 7, and then we'd have 12 is less than 21 there. All right. And then the last one we won't get into quite yet because we are not there yet. That's going to be our next lesson after this. All right. Just a quick other note. When you're working with inequalities, all right, and you're doing greater than and less than, I know a lot of times it can be easy to forget which one is which. The way I like to remember is the greater side will have 2 points. The lesser side only has 1 point. 2 is greater than 1. So it's really simple. And you read left to right. Okay, so if you have, if you have those 2 points, what was that one? 3 is greater than 2. Okay. So if you have those 2 points like we have in this first one here on the left side, you read left to right. So the greater is on the left. That means this one is going to be greater than. All right. And then this one, the 5 plus 7 is less than 21. We know it's less than because we read left to right. Okay. And the greater one is on the right side. Okay. So this is going to be less than symbol. All right. So just a quick little review. I know you guys have not seen inequalities in quite a while, what with COVID and everything. So just a quick review of that. All right. The flip of the examples would be the non-examples. All right. That's anything that has an equal sign. All right. This is an equality, so it is not an inequality. All right. Basically, they're kind of opposites if you want to think of it like that. All right. So that is not an example of an inequality. That would be an equation when you have that. All right, so we are going to go ahead. I want you to just do this example really quick. Make sure you get this done. We will, by the way, be checking notes, so make sure all your notes are done for today since you guys aren't in class today. All right, so go ahead and do example 3 real quick. You've got your box for inequality here, your box for equations here, just to make that extra clear. There you go. All right, so you're going to use these 5 and put them in that little graph or table. All right, we're going to go ahead and just move on to problem 1. Okay, I want you to go ahead and just do problem 1 on your own. All right, I'll make it really clear what you're supposed to do here. Do this. Okay, so go ahead and do, it says problem 1 right here. This is on page 79. All right. And for your notes, I just want you to do 5, 6, and 7. All right. And then 8 and 9 as well. Sorry, I don't know why I stopped there. All right. So, yeah, try that one out. All right. Once you've done that, we're going to move on to problem 2. Okay. And we will do 10 a little bit together, a little bit separately. All right. So it says, consider the numbers -1, 0, 1, and 3, which are solutions of 13 minus 7y is less than or equal to 6. All right. So how we're going to do this, so write out your inequality first. So 13 minus 7y is less than or equal to 6. All right. Now we're going to check each one. All right. First one they have is -1. So in order to check -1, you're going to plug it in for the variable here. So we'll have 13 minus 7 times -1 is less than or equal to 6. All right, now we just simplify. All right, so the first step, we're going to use order of operations here. So we'll do -7 times -1, which is +7. We'll be left with 13 plus 7 is less than or equal to 6. All right, now we combine like terms here. 13 plus 7 equals 20. 20 is less than or equal to 6. All right. Now, you may notice that 20 is not actually less than or equal to 6. All right, so what you're looking for here is true or false, okay? So if it's true, it's a solution. If it's false, it is not a solution. Okay, so for this example, we have 20 is less than or equal to 6. This is false. Therefore, it is not a solution. Okay. On your page down here, it says on number 13, circle the numbers that are solutions of 13 minus 7y is less than or equal to 6. I want you to go ahead and cross off if they're not solutions. So number 1 should be crossed off. Or sorry, -1 should be crossed off. Okay, so that one didn't work. What you're going to do next is go ahead and do number 12 and number 13. All right. So I'll write that here as well. So do that on your own and check the last 3 numbers. All right. So that's 4, 0, 1, and 3. So go ahead and pause the video and do that on your own real quick. All right. Our next bit, this is page 80 now. All right. So we're going to look at the graphing of it. We will graph these on a number line. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in for you. All right. So when you graph on a number line, you will either have an open circle or a closed circle. All right. That is the point that you start with. All right. So for example, on number 14 here, we have -3. All right, your circle should be at -3. That's where they put theirs. Okay. So an open circle means it is not equal to the number it's at. So on 14 here, we have -3 is an open circle. That means it is not equal to -3. All right. And then a closed circle, like we have here, will tell you that it is equal to -3 or whatever number you have graphed there. All right. How this would look with an inequality. This one, the open circle, will be when you have greater than or less than. And then a closed circle will be if you have greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. All right. So I think this is a really good thing to have written down. Make sure you have this representation somewhere in your notes. So if you need to take a second to pause and do that, go ahead and do that now. All right. So real quickly, we will just go ahead and look at number 14. And I will do these ones with you and tell you what the inequality would be. All right, so what that written inequality would be. So for this graph here on 14, this would be, you can choose any variable. I'm going to use X. I'm not going to use that light blue on that background because you can't read it. Yeah, red is better. All right, so for this one, I have X is going to be greater than -3. Notice I didn't say greater than or equal to because I have an open circle. Okay. The other part of this is when it goes right, that means greater than. All right. So I'll write that over here for you as well. All right. So I wrote this down really quick for you. So we have if the arrow or the shading, whatever you or the book chooses to do, if it goes to the right, that means it's going to be greater than. If it goes to the left, it's going to be less than. All right. So we can see that over here. On 14, it's greater than, it goes to the right, which is why I said it's greater than -3. Okay. And then the second one for number 14, we have the same thing where X is at -3. All right. And then for my symbol, I notice it goes to the left, so it goes less than. It's nice because the arrow points the same way on both of them. And then we also have that it is equal to because that dot is shaded. All right. So you should have X is less than or equal to -3 for that one. Go ahead at this point. Take time to do the two of them that you have for number 15. Okay. Once you've done that, the last thing I want you to do, you're going to do this on your own at the bottom of page 80. You're going to look at problem 4, and you are just going to, looking at this got it, I just want you to choose for number 20. All right, so pick A, B, C, or D, looking at that graph, and that will be the last thing that you need to do. So hope this went well, and I will see you guys in class.